Hi, good morning. Sorry I'm not there today, but I know that Ms. Fine is going to take super good care of you. So as in every other day, you're going to come into class, power on your device, copy your learning target on your warm-up, start your warm-up, and wait for the day. Our learning target today is we're going to be writing equations, the equation from a linear, we are writing a linear equation from multiple representation. And remember, that is in the form of y equals mx plus b. You can find the change in y. You can find the change in x. That is your slope right there, your m. You can identify the y-intercept. Again, that is the point on the y-axis where the line crosses it. You can simplify the change in y and change in x, and that's what my last class was having a problem with. You need to simplify it if you can. So like 6/3 you can simplify, but 1/3 you can't simplify. I can input the y over x as m in the formula. I can input the y-intercept as b in the formula, and you can write your equation as y equals mx plus b. So here's your warm-up. Again, you're finding the change in y. So what is happening from one point to the next? Change in x, what is happening from one point to the next? Your change in y over change in x is your slope or your rate of change. Where does it cross the y-axis? Right here. What is that dot? That's called your y-intercept. This one would be at 5. I know I just told you the answer. And then you're just going to plug in your slope for m, leave the x. This is going to be a positive b because it's on the positive, but your slope is negative, so I should see a negative something x plus 5. And then don't forget to do the 5 at the end. So we're going to go ahead and do this one together. Then you're going to do the next one. And I'm going to put the answer up there and see if you got it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to find the change in y over change in x. Let me annotate, I don't know. Change in y over change in x. So what is happening here? 4, 3, 0, -1. Well, that's weird. It goes -1, -3, -1. So then I'm going to look at this side. Oh, well, they just skipped. So if it were the whole entire thing, you would have seen -1, 4, 0, 3, 1, 2. Oh, sorry. -1, 0, 1, 2. You would see 3 and 3. No, I'm sorry. That would be 1. Sorry. 2 would be 1, and 3 would be 0, and 4 would be -1. So you see what they did right here was they skipped. So make sure if you see that happen, you put the whole entire table on there. Because remember, here's your x, here's your y. This is going to tell you where to put your point on your line. And going from one to the next is going to tell you what your change in y over change in x is. So now you can see 4 to 3 is -1, 3 to 2 is -1, 2 to 1 is -1, 1 to 0 is -1, 0 to -1 is -1. So our change in y is -1, and -1 to 0 is +1, +1, +1, +1 over 1. So you can write change in y over change in x is your m, and your m is -1 over 1, so you're just going to write -1. Okay, then you're going to plot, so our rate of change here, remember rate of change is your m, it's your slope. You have to remember that all of these things are what they're looking for. The m is -1. Our y-intercept is going to be +3 because that's where it is here. When your x is 0, that is your y-intercept. So I'm going to start at the origin, 1, 2, 3. That's where you're going to put your first dot. Y-intercept is 3. So our equation is y equals, now it's -1, so you could put -1x, or you can just put -x. You're going to see it as -x, but for now while you're learning, you could just leave it like that. +3, it's a +3. So this is telling us that our slope is negative. That means our line needs to be going down. So as you said over here, our slope is negative 1, 1. You're going to plot your other dots by either going down 1 and over 1, or you can use your coordinates here. So this would be 0, 3, right? This would be 1, 2. This would be 2, 1. This would be 3, 0. And then from there, you can draw your straight line. So you can either put the plot the points using the coordinates, the ordered pairs that you put here. These are ordered pairs, 0, 3. This one is 1, 2. And in 8th grade, you're going to also be responsible for writing the linear equation from these ordered pairs. Okay, or you can simply go down 1 over 1, because that was you said that was your change in y over change in x, negative 1, 1. So down 1 over 1. Okay, I'm going to give you a moment to do the next one. So I'm going to pause my recording and add to it. So go to slide 5. Okay, so the only thing we did not talk about on the last one, the only thing we did not talk about was, is it proportional or not? It is only proportional if your line goes through the 0, 0, through your origin. Since it doesn't, it is not proportional. So hopefully you had time to do this one. We're going to go through it quickly, but I want to show you exactly what to do, because some of the ones you're going to be working on alone, you're going to have to do this as well. So when you have the line, the first thing you want to do is identify your y-intercept, because that's the easiest. So just a side note, when you photocopy or you add slides and things to a presentation, sometimes they get distorted. So this line right here should be exactly where it meets. You see, like that's where 2 lines meet. That's where 2 lines meet. That's where 2 lines meet. But sometimes when you photocopy and add things, it doesn't always match up. So for all intents and purposes, that's your dot. And then the next one that you would have would be right here. Okay. And then the next one you would have would be right here. Okay. So, yeah, that one looks a little sketchy, right? You're going to make your table, X and Y. And where your y-intercepts is 0, because when you put a coordinate pair, you go X first and Y, X and Y. Remember, X comes first, then Y. Our X is at 0, our Y is at positive 5. Then we go to the next one, and this is going to be 2, 1. And then we would go to the next one, which would be 4, negative 3. 4, negative 3. And that just does not look right, but we'll see. Okay, so to go from 5 to 1, we subtract 4. You see, minus 4. To go from 1 to 3, we also subtract 4. And then on this side, plus 2 and plus 2. So our rate of change, our change in y is negative 4. Our change in y is negative 4. There you go. And our change in x is 2, positive 2. So our rate of change is negative 4. Negative 4 It's not. Negative 4 over 2. Now that you definitely can simplify. What is negative 4 divided by 2? Well, it's negative 2. Okay, our y-intercept we already said was 5 plus 5. If it helps you to put a plus 5 there, put your plus 5 there, because then you're going to know what's in the equation. It's obviously not cooperating with me today, probably too early. Okay, oh, sorry, plus 5. So our equation is y equals, our m needs to be negative because our line is negative. We're going to use just the whole number, negative 2, because that's what we simplified. X, don't forget that x. A lot of my last class was forgetting the x. M plus 5, that's your y-intercept, that's your b. Is it proportional? Nope, because it did not go through at the origin, the 0, 0. So we could have done our table over here. We would have had 0 and negative 5, 2 and 1, and 4 and negative 3. And you might have to add some text boxes to yours if you didn't already. 4 and negative 3. Okay, so in a nutshell, that's what it is. I'm going to go ahead and clear this, all drawings. So you will have, oops, clear all drawings. So you will have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All of those slides you are responsible to do. In addition to whatever Mrs. Bauernfein hung up, there should be 9 altogether. These are not labeled. These are going to go on your paper. Once you get one done, you're going to show Mrs. Bauernfein. She's going to check it off if you got it right. If not, you're going to go back and look and see what you did wrong, and you're going to change it. You have this class period to get it done. You should be able to get it done this class period. And then she's going to tell you what the rest of your afternoon will look like. All right, have fun. Sorry I'm not there. I'll miss you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Make good choices. Have a good day.